Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. This video we're going to be going ahead and looking at a pre-rotation Shadow Rider. This is going to be Team Up to Evolving Skies, so the POG Championship format. And this is, in my opinion, the best deck in the format. I played this to a chill TCG tournament yesterday. I made top 16, 14th place, so really happy with that. But this deck is very, very good. I'm going to be going over the deck, why I played it, and all the little cards in it that might seem a little bit weird. And then hopefully we'll play a couple games on the ladder with it. So obviously it uses Shadow Rider Calyrex, a very, very, very powerful card. So you attach Psychic Energy in your hand when you're bench Psychic Pokemon, then draw 2. And then Max Geist is, of course, a great attack as well. Now we are only running a 1-1 Alchemy VMAX line, which might seem a little bit weird because most decks, post-rotation at least, are running a 2-2. We're just choosing to run a 1-1. Because we don't need to take that one shot every single game. Actually, I think I only attacked with it a couple of times throughout, my 15 games I played. So it's definitely a good card to have, but you don't need a 2-2 of it in the deck. Also, something that might seem a little bit weird is the 1-1 Dedenne Crobat split. Most Shadow Rider decks are playing 2 Dedenne. I like the 1-1 split just because you can use them both in one turn. So you can dig for Articuno, Donk, or something like that, or you can just dig for Cresselia or something like that. So I just really like the big potential of the 2-2, or the 1-1 split of Crobat and Dedenne. We are playing one copy of Gengar Mimikyu, obviously, because Horror House GX is an insanely good attack, just getting you so much more energy in play, because you can use Gengar Mimikyu's GX attack and then accelerate twice as much energy that you usually would be able to with Underworld Door. So that is really, really great. And we also, this is probably going to be the first kind of weird thing, is we are running only, or not actually, we're running one Mewtwo, which might seem a little bit weird until I explain it. A lot of Shadow Rider decks dropped Mewtwo and Mew early on in, or not early on, pretty like in the middle of the Chilling Reign format. Originally, Shadow Rider is being played as more Mewtwo-focused, like box deck, but it just over time became more focused on Gengar and Mimikyu and just attacking the Shadow Rider, maybe Alchemy. So the Mewtwo might seem a little bit weird, but I really like the Mewtwo because it just has more HP than Gengar Mimikyu. Gengar Mimikyu gets one shot by Ice Rider Calyrex, which is a big deal. Mewtwo has 270 HP. Your opponent's going to need to do 20 more damage to this guy with Ice Rider if they want to do that. And they have Inteleon to do that, but they have to set up their Inteleon, so it's going to take a couple turns to do that. But it's actually mainly here for Miraculous Duo. Perfection you can use and copy, Gengar Mimikyu's attacks, as well as just in like a matchup that you might need a second Gengar Mimikyu, things like Samazenta, Luke Metal, Glaceon, which did do pretty well in the tournament, I think. But Miraculous Duo is just a really good attack. It's 3 for 200. Most of the time, if you are using it, it'll be 3 for 200. Honestly, I think you're going to use Horror House GX more than you're going to use Miraculous Duo, but Miraculous Duo in the right situations is very, very good. Just 300 to 200 is great value, and if it has a 4th on it, you can heal all damage from all your Pokemon, which is insane, because these Calyrexes have 320 HP, which is absolutely massive. So you can just heal, tons of damage, and put yourself incredibly ahead of the game with Miraculous Duo if you do pull off that healing part of it. Mainly, I've actually found that healing pretty useful in Leafeon, because they have a pretty difficult time one-shotting this Mewtwo. They're going to put Galar Mine. Most of them, I don't think, play Absol. So they're going to put Galar Mine in play. You have a Tree Cost of 4, then they're hitting for 240. They're going to need 2 Inteleons to take a 1-hit KO on you, which is pretty difficult to get out. So Mewtwo and Mew is great for Miraculous Duo. Also, Miraculous Duo is really nice against Galarian Moltres decks. I actually beat a Galarian Moltres deck, which I was very, very surprised by, because Galarian Moltres actually does 30 damage to itself when it attacks, which means then Miraculous Duo could come in and just take a 1-hit KO on it, which is really, really great. I actually beat a couple dark decks. I think I beat 2 dark decks. I beat like some weird triple Moltres with only single ADP and like Gengar Mimikyu. It was really interesting. I lost to it once and beat it again. And then I also faced a different Galarian Moltres deck. Or no, I faced 2 Umbreon decks. I faced an Umbreon deck with a 3-3 line of Umbreon and 2-2 line of Single Strike Urshifu. And then I hit another Umbreon deck that played 2-2 Umbreon and a 3-3 Single Strike. So I actually beat both of those Umbreon decks, which I was very, very surprised by, just because just being able to go just Alchemy and then Mewtwo is going to be doing you okay as long as you don't evolve your VMAXs. Evolving VMAXs against those malicious decks are key because that's how they're going to take their prize cards really, really quickly and a lot faster than you can. So the Mewtwo is really, really nice. I actually donked a couple times with Articuno. Articuno is great for donking like little Sobbles that just go attach pass. So yeah, Galarian Articuno is great. You might say, well, then why don't you just go Horror House GX to take the donk? Well, if they attach an energy to their Sobble, they can use Keep Calling, and then you can't donk them. So Articuno is great, not only for donking, but Cruel Charge is really nice for just getting that little bit more extra energy in play. And Psy Laser being able to hit anywhere is extremely powerful. You can just go Psy Laser sometimes, and then whenever it comes up, then you can finish off the VMAX with Miraculous Duo, which is great. Now getting on to the trainers. The first thing about the trainers you might notice is that we run 3 different stadiums, which is, the Path of the Peak and Training Court is fairly standard for Shadow Rider. Most decks actually, I think, are leaning toward 2 Path of the Peak these days, but I really like the 1 Swell. Before in my list, I played just 2 Mars Shadow, 0 Swell, but I like the 1-1 split because Swell doesn't need bench space, which is really, really nice. Just not needing bench space to counter Path of the Peak is great, so I really like the Chaotic Swell. We have a 1 Ordinary Rod and then 2/2 Communication Instant Splits. Most decks, I think, I played against a couple Shadow Riders in the tournament, and I think I won all of them, but a lot of them played at 3 instants, 1 Pokemon Communication. So that is definitely something, but I do like, with Alchemy, I want to play more, but I like the Communication because we're a little bit more, Mewtwo, Articuno focused. We are, of course, running 4 Quick Ball, 2 Switch, and 2 Air Balloons. So that is our switching outs. It felt fine. Honestly, there wasn't a time where I really wish I had a switching out. Obviously, if you want to have a better time versus Leafeon, you can add that 3rd switch, but not too big of a deal, I think. We are running supporters. We're just running super consistent 4 Marnie, 4 Research, 3 Boss. So that is great. Actually, no way to get them back. No Eldegoss or Palpat or anything like that, but it felt fine. Even in matchups where I discarded 2 Boss before I even used them, it felt fine because I just used Astral Barrage and then cleaned up like a normal Corio GX with sniping with Articuno. So even getting rid of some Boss isn't actually too big of a deal. And we're, of course, running 12 Psychic Energy. This deck is really, really good. In my opinion, probably the best deck in the format. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to play some games with it on ladder. Probably only a couple, I would imagine. So let's go ahead and do that. Alrighty. Now, I actually donked someone in a tournament on stream, which is really funny. They actually have a clip of it. I can't exactly, it's like Aaron or something. Let me go ahead and try and figure this out. What was their name? So you can go watch that clip because it was very funny. It was very, very funny. It's like, do I want to go first? Yes, we always want to go first. Our opponent does have the nice Evolving Skies ETB deck sleeves. Could be playing Leafeon or something like that, but we do open a Shadow Rider, and Insane is pretty good. We have a Quick Ball and some Energy, which is exactly what we want. So we're playing up against it. Actually is going to be Single Strike. Now, they probably do play Umbreon, so that is something to really keep in mind. We're probably not going to need this Chaotic Swell, so I can just go ahead, discard this, and I'm just going to go for Alchemy V here if it's in the deck. Okay, because this is what's really going to help us beat those Darkness type decks. So we're going to go ahead and bench this. Going to attach to it. Do I want to switch? They're probably playing a 2/2 Umbreon, so I do think I want to switch just so I can get off the Dormant. There we go. And if they do Marnie us, then oh well. So yeah, the sand is not bad. Once again, the key to this matchup is not evolving your Shadow Riders till the very end of the game. But this is definitely a tough matchup. If they do play Umbreons, and they probably play Umbreons because Umbreon is a very, very powerful card. So they do put the Tower of Darkness in play. I'm just going to Quick Ball, discard a Single Strike Energy, grab out a Houndour. So still no Umbreon yet. That is a good sign. Only bad thing is that Umbreon V is a basic Pokemon, which means that they could just slap it down and accelerate to it out of nowhere. Now they're going to use the Tower of Darkness, discard Single Strike Urshifu, and they're going to Laser Focus. So we are immediately under pressure here. Now we could actually, I'm just going to take the knockout with Alchemy here because they actually don't have any way to actually really attack us. They only have 1 Houndour instead of 2, which means they can't really drop a great attacker on us. They're probably going to attack with like Houndoom if they want to do that. Going to attach to the active and then Marnie. So I do think I want to take the knockout here with weakness. Unfortunately, if I no more energy in this hand is very, very bad. So that is not fun. I'm just going to bench this, and unfortunately, VMAX Whisk. Like all my energy, I really need to get something out these prize cards here, so I can like a dormant next turn. But yeah, weakness 240. So yeah, just gonna take that knockout. And do we get at least a couple cards? Galarian Articuno. That's not it. And Trading Court. That'll do it because we have our energy. So our discard because of our VMAX Whisk. So they put up their Houndour. Obviously, the only thing they can't promote here. Let's see what they're going to do. Okay, first off, Tower of Darkness. That is 2 single strike energies down. That is a big deal. There comes the Umbreon, so that is a little bit scary, but they actually can't attack with it, which is the big deal. We unfortunately, I think, was the good play to evolve this in case we did get energy off that Marnie, so we could Underworld Door and not lose energy on the active, but looks like they are going to punish it here, and they do play the Urn, so they are going to be able to get back those energy, the single strike energy. Now, they are going to research. The opponent does have a lot of reverse holo cards, which is great. What do they get here? They do get attached return, which is not what we wanted to see. Here comes another Houndour. Now, single strike roar. Now, this is not very good. I mean, technically, it isn't actually that. It isn't that bad. I don't think. We do draw energy, which is great. I think I'm just going to start off by Underworld Door to the Mewtwo. And we can Training Court. Yeah, I'm going to put that Training Court in place so I can attack. Or I can bring the energy back at least. And we could Articuno. I actually do like the Articuno here. In case we find Switch, we actually could just hit that for a little bit of damage. But do we want to Dormant? It really depends if we really want to Dormant here or not. I mean, if they come up with this, then we could just Miraculous do it. So yeah, I think I am going to bench this just to get some more energy in play. And then I'm just going to research. And hopefully find some energy. Okay, great. So this hand is fine. We can go ahead and get some energy out of the deck. There is actually Gengar and Mimikyu there. We have no way of discarding it. Is the Dene deck? We could do Dene, but we really want to lose this stuff. What do we really mind losing? How many more VMAXs we have in our deck? We have only 1 VMAX. Should be fine. I think I am just going to do Dene here. So I'm going to grab the energy, and I'm actually going to get the Gengar Mimikyu in the discard pile, just in case. So I'm going to attach, and then get the Gengar and Mimikyu in the discard here. So we can copy this Mewtwo with Mewtwo. I'm going to come in this Crobat, in case we have to use it, and then just grab the Dene to get these guys in the discard pile, and just turning through our deck here. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and use Data Change. We already have the Dormant off, which is what we wanted, but really, yeah, I think I do want to match this. We still have 1 more VMAX in deck, and I'm just going to Dormant. I mean, do we want to tap this here? I mean, they might just go Umbreon VMAX next turn to bring it up, so I don't know if I actually want to attack. Actually put the energy in here. I actually think I'm going to save the energy because we need energy to actually attack. And we do have Training Core in place, so right, and Ordinary Rod. So I think we're going to be okay in terms of energy. So I'm just actually going to not attach the Shadow Rider VMAX here. Just going Dormant onto those from the bench. Getting a lot more energy in play, which is going to be really, really nice. This Mewtwo is getting powered up for a Miraculous Duo to just knock this out. Well, not anymore because they're VMAXing it, which means our Alchemy can knock it out. So yeah, they're probably going to Dark Signal this. Take 3 prizes. Yep, there we go. Now our Alchemy is still going to be all ready to go. And then we're just going to be one knockout away, which hopefully will be Galarian Articuno Snipe on like a Houndour that they can evolve or something. So actually next turn, if they don't evolve this, I actually think it is correct to just go Articuno Snipe, because then they will not have the chance to evolve this, which is really what we want. Single Strike Roar. I mean, but they could. I mean, we can't really checkmate them. I don't know what I want to do here. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if they evolve this guy. Okay, discarding that Urshifu. Getting a couple cards. There's another Houndour. There's a Houndoom. Okay. They could just attack with this, depending on how many single strike energy. Okay, there is one in the discard, but how many earn do they play is the question. They could play 2, but I've also seen these decks play 4. So I think I'm just gonna. Oh, they actually don't get any switch here. That is really, really good for us. We actually don't have any way to switch ourselves, though. We're probably gonna have to research here. Do still have 2 air balloons in the deck, in theory. But we are going to be losing our ordinary rod, which sucks. This is a pretty difficult situation, to be honest. We could just go up with Poltergeist, hope I take the knockout. I mean, how many more boss do I have in this deck as well? Actually, I think I'm just going to check my deck right now. See what I got in there. I can thin as well. So both the air balloons are in our deck, but the boss is prized. This is a pretty difficult situation here. What I really, really want to do. I think I'm just gonna thin and then research, or no, ordinary rod and then research. So we want to save this energy. Any important Pokemon in here we might want to get back? Not really. We'll just shuffle the single basic energy here. Alrighty. So there we go. And then just research. Yeah. Okay. There's our energy. There's our air balloon. So that is really great. I think I just want to snipe this. Yeah, I think I just want to snipe the little Houndour here. Or I could Poltergeist try and knock this out. No. Well, this saves our energy, which I think is a big deal. And it also means we can manually retrieve if we have to. So I think I'm just going to Poltergeist, actually. Hopefully they have enough trainer cards in their hand, and if they don't, that is really annoying. Okay, that's fine. Because we can actually Astral Barrage if we need to. But that is not great, but hopefully it's not too big of a deal. Okay, Evolution Incense. I'm at the Umbreon so they can Dark Signal this again. Take their prizes. Actually, still have the GX. That's something to keep in mind. Still have a GX. So if they come and attack us with this, then we can GX them. Attaching to the Houndoom. Could Darkness Sing, but most likely just retreat, I would imagine. So there's Single Strike Roar. Yeah, so it's like they're actually going to they're either going to attack or yeah, they're retreating here. So here comes the Dark Signal probably on this. Let's see. Yep, there's the Dark Signal. Okay. Let's see. So maybe just see Max Darkness. Yeah, there's just the Max Darkness. Okay. Now, actually, since this has 10 HP left, it means that we can actually kill this other with this with Articuno now, which is a big deal. It's actually getting kind of annoying in terms of energy management here. Yeah, this is getting pretty difficult. We are getting pretty low on energy. Yeah, I think I just have to attack with this Alchemy here. But we don't have any good way to move it. This is the problem. This is an issue for sure. Okay, I guess I just have to do this. Yeah, I think I just have to G-Max Whisk. Hopefully I find something. Maybe there's energy in the prize cards. We can actually count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so there actually is 3 of these are energy, which means we're guaranteed energy. So that is really good news for us. So I think I'm just going to see if there's anything else in here we can thin. Okay, we do have Crobat. Though we actually still have energy in deck. Okay, I actually forgot about that. We actually still have energy in deck, which means it is very possible for us to win here. So just going to GMX Whisk, take Knockout, and then hopefully we can finish off with Articuno Snipe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. All right. We actually only have 2 energy here. We're still guaranteed energy. So yeah, this game's gonna be pretty close. Okay, there's a Marnie. Actually, maybe I did my math wrong. There's a boss. But is there energy? There's energy. So this game, I mean, we can probably win this game as long as they don't take a knockout on our Articuno, I think. So hopefully they don't have a boss. I probably maybe should have Marnie. Didn't really think about that. Yeah, there's energy. Or the Umbreon Bee, yep. And there's Houndoom, okay. So do they have a boss? It is the big thing. Do they even know if do they even think I have any air balloon left? There's their own air balloon. There's another one of their own air balloon. There's a research. So I think this probably just be game wrapped up here, which is really great. I don't think they actually have any way to one-shot us. Our alchemy means we can just air balloon, retreat, attach to Articuno, and that will be the game. And we are guaranteed this because we have research in hand as well. Okay, there is the Urn of Vitality and single strike roar. Air balloon and max darkness. So that is going to be game. They do 200 damage though. Okay, so I think this is probably game. And we have to attach this to Articuno. And we could just, yeah, I think if we have air balloon in deck, this is just game. So, all right, no Mew on the bench, and there's air balloon, which is just game because we can retreat for only 1 energy and then use Psy Laser and take a knockout on this Houndoom that only has 10 HP left. So that worked out, I think, pretty well. We beat our Darkness type deck, which is definitely something that I did not expect. I mean, I've done it before. It's definitely possible, especially with this build. This Mewtwo and Alchemy together are they're really good against the Darkness type decks, actually. Because Macless Duo can like heal, and if you have to, you can Horror House GX. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for the video. If you guys liked it, don't forget to leave a like if you guys want to see more. Don't forget to subscribe. I do a lot of videos like this one and also just real life deck profiles too. So if you want to see more of that, don't forget to subscribe. But that'll be it for the video. If you guys liked it, and I'll